The dream lives on, Sid. Do not disappoint me. Hello, Rambros. Cypress Tower. Ah, 'tis you, my friend. You are doubtless eager to hear of our progress in the Crystal Tower. Excellent. I'd be disappointed to hear otherwise. Of course, disappointed is the word of the day, I fear. Shame to say that there's nothing worthwhile to report. The suns continue to probe the labyrinth of the ancients, and every day brings new discoveries. Alas, the same cannot be said for the Crystal Tower proper. We've not been able to set as much as a single foot inside it. Will recall that the 8 sentinels stood between us and the labyrinth initially. In like manner, the entryway into the principal spire, the circus tower, the elegans called it, is also protected by technology far more advanced than our own. Sid and I have tried every trick we know without success. Frankly speaking, we're at a loss. It is discouraging, but we cannot give up. There must be a way in. And so the situation stands, my friend. Until we gain entry into the tower, I fear your talent shan't avail us. It will require time that I am loath to waste, but I have a mind to set my people to scouring such ancient texts as we have on hand. Perhaps I can be of assistance. And you are? Be at ease, friends. We have the self-same goal. I am Une. My companion is called Doga. We are scholars of the Allegan civilization, sent by the students of Baldesion to assist in your endeavor. Une and Doga. Rather unusual names for this day and age. I might be forgiven for observing, but I digress. You claim to be here at the student's behest, but we have received nary a word of your coming. Moreover, in light of recent incidents on the Isle of Val, I should think that they have rather more pressing concerns. We can only assume that the message failed to reach you due to some mishap. I assure you that we are here to help. What is it, Graha? There's nothing. There was a pain, but it has subsided. Well, this is rather unexpected. Your right eye is the same as ours. The same? You have the Allegan eye as well? The sanguine hue is said to be a trait unique to the Allegans. Yet I inherited it from my father, as he did it from his. Only one child in a single generation is born with the eye. All my life I have sought to learn the truth of its manifestation. If there is aught you know, I implore you to tell me. My deepest apologies, but we have no answers for you. Only one thing is certain. Those who possess the trait are bound to the fate of Alag. As your eye has placed you upon the path you walk, so too have we come here to fulfill our destiny. Absurd though it may sound, true. It seems we have aught to lose by accepting their aid. What do you say? If that is your wish, then so be it. Yet, know that I still mean to verify your story with the students of Baldesion when I am able. I trust there will be no objections. Very well. As of this moment, the name Une and Doga advisory members of Noah. Without further ado, let us have them examine this circus tower entrance. I promise not. I promise you will not have cause to regret your decision. Then, I should be much obliged if you would accompany our new friends to the tower. Biggs and Wedge are presently surveying the 8 sentinels. 2 of them can show you the way. Upon arrival, pray report to Master Garland. He will brief you on the situation. I shall join you then. With Une and Doga's knowledge, along with your uncanny knack for setting events in motion, I'm hopeful that we will finally see progress. Yeah, sure, why not? Well, if it isn't Van, eager to enter a circus tower and kill everything on sight, no doubt. As I'm sure you've already heard, though, the place is locked up tight as a clam. Now, new friends from the students, you say? Excellent! It's been slow going, or rather no going, for the chief. He'd appreciate the help. If you'll just follow me, I'll take you to him. Ah, some old faces to lift the spirit, and a couple of new ones besides. Allow me to introduce Une and Doga. They are scholars of ancient Alag, sent by our friends of Beldesian to aid in the investigation. We understand you're having troubles circumventing the tower's defenses. It is our hope that we can be of some small assistance. If your tires ought to get by, your assistance should prove invaluable indeed. To begin with, let me tell you where we stand. Beyond the circus tower, the principal spire of the structure collectively known as the Crystal Tower. The only way to get inside is through the proverbial front door, the imposing gate you see here. Problem is, we can't get it to open it. It's sealed by some mechanism whose workings are an utter mystery to us. Having had no success via more orthodox methods, I ran at it with everything from a pickaxe to a Magitech cannon. Nothing so much as put a scratch on it. For a blessing, the gate doesn't try to reduce us to ashes like the 8 sentinels. That doesn't make it any less effective as a security measure. It's fiendishly frustrating in its simplicity. The only clue we have is an elaborate device carved upon it. A man and a woman, respectant, elegant royalty by my judgment. Precisely who these individuals were, we cannot say. Nor do we know whether the device actually serves a purpose. Like as not, it's purely decorative. If you're thinking to force it, save your strength. It's no use. Just the calluses on my hand. Rest assured, we do not mean to waste our strength. Indeed. Why should we exert ourselves when the gate will open of its own accord? don't think any of us expected that to happen. 7 hells. What is this? What did you do? What are you? Piercing the heavens and gathering the lights, a symbol of mankind's glory and might. Its virtue guarded by gates impregnable, only to those of royal blood answerable, exactly as passed down through legend. I am delighted to see. Please, call me Muir. Beg pardons for interrupting your bewilderment. I couldn't help but notice the remarkable playthings you have acquired. Nero? You're alive? Garland. I didn't know better. I'd say that you weren't happy to see me. Ah, but I jest. In light of our recent findings, you have every right to be wary. But rest assured, I am no longer a threat to you. My legion is, for all intents and purposes, defunct, and my association with it means a tight noose awaits me back in Garlemald. And so I have been roaming this land Eorzea, a regular itinerant. In the course of my wanderings, I chanced to catch wind of your latest venture. It sounded positively fascinating, so I decided to come here and join you. After the wrongs you committed, you think us that gullible? If you are suspicious of my intents, 'tis only my just deserts. But I am determined to make amends. As a gesture of goodwill, I will share with you what I know, starting with these 2 odd characters. As you are doubtless already aware, the Crystal Tower was the symbol of ancient Alag's might and prosperity. Entry was committed only to royalty and a select few individuals. According to the records I have unearthed, only royal blood can open the gate. In other words, the Emperor and his progeny were living keys. You mean to say that these 2 are descended from Allagan royalty? Royalty? Oh, I suggest nothing so glamorous. To put it plainly, they're imitations of royalty. Living keys born of Allagan ingenuity. Clones, I believe, is the name your creators gave your kind. Is that not so? 'Twould seem that the time for concealment is past. Pray accept our apologies. It was not our intent to deceive. We simply wished to avoid causing undue alarm by prematurely making what would be considered deranged claims. If it please you, let us return to the 8 Sentinels. There's much and more to tell. Very well. Let's go. Seven hells, do you seriously mean to follow us around? Ooh. Come, Garland. You know me better than to think that I spoke in jest. What more will it take for us to be reconciled? A gift, perhaps? To be reconciled? Here. An Allagan tombstone. An Allagan tombstone. It holds the information I just shared with you, and a deal more besides. I used it to be the jealously... It used to be the jealously guarded property of the 14th Legion, but it's yours now. I wish you joy of it. I look forward to working together, old friend. What you got? If you're ready to listen, we shall tell you all. As it pertains closely to your investigation, your leader, Rem Bros, may wish to be present. Before we begin, pray allow me to apologize again. It was not our intent to deceive you. As you will have already gathered, we are not scholars sent by the students of Baldessian. Nay, we are clones. Copies of people who once existed, given life through elegant technology. This is rather a lot taken. If it would not be considered unseemly, might I ask why you and yours were created? And more specifically, what is it that you now seek to do? Answering your questions requires that we revisit elegant history. Pray bear with us. The Elegant Empire reached its zenith long before our kind came into being. In that glorious age, the Crystal Tower stood as a symbol of elegant pride. Parents took their children there. They might learn how the nigh limitless power it produced brought prosperity to the whole empire. That prosperity, however, bred decadence, and the empire began to show signs of stagnation. This decline was made all the more rapid for want of strong leadership. In a matter of generations, the elegant civilization became a pale shadow of its former self. Its once gleaming cities fell into disrepair, and its frontier lands were given over to wilderness. Lamenting the pitiful state of affairs, one technologist made it his mission to restore Lag to greatness. Aman was his name, and he believed that the ailing empire wanted but for a potent ruler, and none was more potent than its founding father, whom he sought to resurrect. The founding father? You cannot mean Emperor Zande? None other. As part of his experiments, Aman created clones of the Emperor's descendants. We were the products of that experiment, copies of Une and Durga. Historical texts mention that the reigns of two elegant emperors, named Zonda. It was commonly believed that the second was the namesake of the first. After all, such custom is not uncommon among royalty and commoners alike, to think that the two were in fact one and the same. Aye, Zonda returned from the grave and assumed his throne once more. And true to Aman's prediction, the Emperor restored his realm to the glory it once knew. Would that he had been satisfied with that. In his previous life, the Emperor desired to bring the entire world under elegant domination, an ambition that ultimately went unfulfilled. Having been granted a second chance, he was determined to succeed. Realizing that he needed more power to wage his war of conquest, Zonda turned his sights towards the forbidden source, darkness. In order to learn how to harness this power, he converted the Crystal Tower into a restricted research facility. Darkness? Again? Seven hells. What is it with megalomaniacal rulers turning to darkness in the lust of their power? Well, at least this one won't be bothering us, being thousands of years dead and all. Would that you were right, Master Garland. Huh? Alas, Emperor Zonda is very much alive. Within the Circus Tower, he still abides, his ambitions burning all the more ardently for his empire's collapse. Wielding the power of darkness requires prodigious amounts of energy, energy that not even the Crystal Tower could produce. In order to augment this shortfall, Dalamud was created and launched into the heavens. On high, it hung, gathering the sun's energy and channeling it down into the tower below. However, miscalculation resulted in a surge of energy that escaped into the land. This triggered the earthquake. This triggered an earthquake of unprecedented violence, the calamity that ushered in the Fourth Umbral Era. In the blinking of an eye, the mighty Allagan Empire was laid to waste. Yet, even as the Crystal Tower was sinking into the earth, the technologist Amon, now Emperor Zonda's closest aide, invoked powerful magics and halted the flow of time. Every soul within the structure, the Emperor included, was placed in a deep slumber. In that state, they were to remain until the time was ripe to awaken. Eras came and went. After millennia of lying dormant, Dalamud was summoned back to the earth. Its descent triggered the Seventh Umbral Calamity, and in the wake of which the Crystal Tower re-emerged. At that moment, Emperor Zonda awakened. In his lust for power, the Emperor consorted with darkness and was seduced by its corrupting influence. Even though his empire is now little more than a fading memory, he will stop at nothing to see his ambition realized. Tis for another purpose, but to put an end to Zonda's madness that we exist. This is the mantle we have inherited from our namesakes, the true Une and Doga. Fearing that we might befall the world, the two of them sought the fourth their emperor. They gave unto us their wills, that we might carry on their mission should they fall. When we came to our senses within the Crystal Tower, we deliberated a course of action. Concluding that we alone could not overcome Zonda, we struck out to find a worthy ally. It has taken years. Our search is finally over. 'Tis no ordinary man that can cut a path through the labyrinth of the ancients. With you as our champion, Fenway, we are confident that you can end Zonda's dark ambition once and for all. Well, that'll teach me for speaking too soon, setting my chagrin aside. I now see why you knew about the students of Baldessian, among the host of other things, who were observing our investigation the whole time. So, what will we do, Fen? The world's in grave danger again, and it just so happens that you're the expert at saving it. Let's do this. Yeah, that's the spirit. You have our eternal gratitude. Together, let us see the Allagan Empire's dark past laid to rest. It has been our mission to recover the long-lost knowledge of the Allagan civilization. But what worth is that knowledge if it means subjecting the realms of peril? Truth be told, it pains me to think that the Tower's secrets may become lost to us. But the greater good must ever come first. Besides, no quantity of ancient relics can compare to our friends Une and Doga, living, breathing Allagans. And so I hereby declare a change in Noah's objective. Henceforth, we shall direct all efforts towards sealing off Cypress Tower. The dark secrets must never know the light of day. Then, as you did for us within the labyrinth of the ancients, I would have you enter the structure and eliminate hostile elements. Suffice it to say, this includes Emperor Zonda himself. Meanwhile, the rest of us shall examine ways to isolate Cypress Tower from the outside world. To work, then. Wait. There's something I must know. My right eye is like yours. Does this mean... You inherited the trait from your father, you said. Know that clones are unable to bear offspring. You have no cause for concern. The elegant eye, you called it. But to us, it is the royal eye, owing to the fact that the trait manifests only in those possessed of royal blood. I cannot explain why the eye ruin runs in your line, but I am disinclined to think it a coincidence. Though you are doubtless impatient to learn the truth, pray have patience. All will be revealed in due time. Let's do this. My apologies if I've ever given you cause to worry. And quite well, I assure you. As you can appreciate, there's been much for me to think on. But now is the time for action, not idle thoughts. Cypress Tower awaits us. Your task is to eliminate all hostile elements within the structure, Zonda himself included. This will afford us the chance to seal off the facility. May the crystal grant you strength. Also, I'm gonna go eat a taco. No sandwich. Then a burrito. Then some cookies.